Welcome to Unhinged Magi! Yes, indeed. We're going to go play some poker later. We're going to start hitting it hard. We're going to start out at 510. Then we're going to move over to 2050. And then we're going to go off to 5100. Are you ready to watch us play?
I'm ready to figure out what that even means. You know what that means. I don't know what that means.
That's why I'm taking him, so I can take his money. It's going to be fantastic.
There we go.
Yep.
I'm not going to play poker with this guy unless it's for low stakes.
That's right. And we're talking about the ones with a lot of fat in the meat. You know, the steaks that you get in the cheap section where they take it from the lower end of the cow where it's all just nothing but a bunch of grease.
Well, you know who else is actually going for low stakes these days?
Who?
I think Channel Fireball is now going for low stakes. I think
they're going for low stakes?
I think so. I think they're done. They're done with this singles market. Have you guys been hearing about this news?
I have. I've been hearing about it just recently.
Yeah, so MTG Purple did a video. That was the first place I actually heard about it. And he started mentioning that Channel Fireball is not going to be selling singles at some point pretty soon.
Which is crazy for a card company saying, well, card seller should actually be saying that they're not going to be selling, well, cards.
Yeah, it just didn't really make any sense. Because, you know, I hadn't really heard something like that. But as Perp was describing it, that, you know, there's just so much competition coming in from, like, TCG Player and these other like smaller sellers and stuff.
And speaking of TCG Player, if you want to buy cards, can't buy them from Channel Fireball, you can just go to the link below and buy it from TCG Player.
We have an affiliate link. It's not going to cost you any more, but if you get to there from our link, we get a little tiny kickback, and thank you for everyone who does it.
Exactly. Thank you.
So anyways, like if we go right over here and we look at Channel Fireball, let me just grab the mouse and just go here. So that and
Fireball.
That. Okay, so what you actually see is you see right here on Channel Fireball. First of all, look at this and see how their logo, you know, remember Channel Fireball was a Magic combo with 2 cards.
It was.
This came from Magic. But now see, you know, you just got this little flamey C here. It doesn't really seem to be relating to Magic. And look at what you got right here on the front page.
Monarch, baby.
Flesh and blood, right? Now you got some Magic in here still, right?
Yeah,
and you got it like right
remastered.
here, but like, you know, Flesh and Blood is definitely something they're promoting. And I think that that's really important because it seems that there's a different direction that's going with a lot of the stores these days. There might be a lot of truth to this rumor about them stepping out of the singles market.
Yeah, I've also noticed that they've been doing a lot more box breaks, if you haven't noticed that as well.
Yeah.
The box breaks are actually making them a ton of money and getting a little extra kickback from them. They actually get the video as well, so it's actually really good for them.
Yeah, so the trading card game box breaks has definitely been a winning plan for them. They're selling them like crazy. They're making good profit on it. I see why they want to do it.
I've actually participated in some of them, by the way.
Yeah, actually, and you scored really well.
Oh, yeah, I got a cold foil out of that sucker.
Yeah, so as far as I can tell, Channel Fireball is doing a really good job on the box breaks. People seem to be enjoying it. Yeah, good job. It's a fun experience for the people that are actually buying the cards for the box break, and they seem to enjoy doing it. They're making good profit at it, so it's kind of just great all the way around.
It's a win-win.
But what I notice is like there's just such a large steering away from Magic specifically and from the singles market specifically. And it seems like, you know, this is just something that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, we got
I think.
Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, and sports all up on Channel Fireball.
Yeah. So, you know, they used to be partnered with Wizards of the Coast. They were the ones that ran the Grand Prix.
Yep.
They had the exclusive right to run the Grand Prix, and now they're just taking this massive step over to the competitors.
Yeah, they're saying,
Wizards of the Coast.
See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Yeah. So I think there's something that this actually indicates also for where they think the singles market is going. I mean, you're not going to step away from something that's a profitable business.
No, that means it's unprofitable or at least not growing as they want it to.
Yeah.
And why would it not be a singles market thing? What could possibly make single markets go bad?
Well, what if, you know, all the people that have been yelling and screaming for like ultra low prices on new Magic cards are finally getting their wish?
That could be it.
Yep. And if all these prices and all these new Magic cards is just pennies per card, you can't make any profit on that these days.
Nope. And there goes the secondary market. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, seriously. And you know, all those old cards are just basically like all the alpha, beta, the ABU, four horsemen sets, reserve
they're
list.
gone.
Yeah, they are in the hands of evil, terrible, horrible investors. And all these old people have gone out and bought up all those old cards, and they're not coming back into the market hardly at all. And first, if some of you guys think that they are, you got to keep in mind like the numbers of cards that actually exist,
and the number of people who want them. The number of people who want them. And they have, and Magic players have a tendency to make more money than non-Magic players.
Yep.
Because they're smart, I guess. I don't know. If there's an educational level, I guess.
Maybe people that play Magic are smart. I don't know.
I haven't ran into too many that play Magic and are dumb. I haven't.
Yeah, not that many.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like, I mean.
So congratulations if you're watching this channel and you play Magic the Gathering. You're
probably smart.
Yes. It's good indication.
So I think that we're just seeing the beginning stages of maybe a large paradigm shift in Magic, collecting, gaming, where people are deciding to put their money. I mean, maybe a big thing pushing this whole flesh and blood. Like, people talk about Rudy shilling flesh and blood and stuff like that, right? But you know what? No matter how much he shilled it or anything, even if he was, there's no way it would have gained the traction that it's gained unless there was something else.
And maintained it.
Unless there was something else behind it, much more than like just Rudy.
Yeah.
So maybe it actually is a great game. Maybe people are just freaking tired of Wizards and all this print to oblivion stuff.
Well, they are printing to oblivion, and that is going to continue. But what I want to know is, will Wizards, well, as they see companies and people stop buying on the secondary market, will they switch gears?
Will Wizards switch gears?
Will Wizards switch gears? Because, okay, so if a company starts losing money, they have a tendency to investigate why they're losing money. As people choose to where they put their money, and as inflation keeps going, and as supplies of certain items such as plastics and that types decline, and gas prices go up, and transfers of items go, and everything starts jacking up. And that's going to happen pretty soon. Within the next 2 to 3 years, you're going to see that huge price shift. Right now at food prices, you're getting 3.5% increases across the board. You can go look that up online if you wish.
Yeah.
But that's based on fuel prices and transfers and actually shortages. So,
and the CPI doesn't even track a lot of things. Like CPI doesn't even track like home prices at all.
Exactly.
They count like rent or some garbage like that.
Right. And you're going to have to, as a consumer, you're going to have to make decisions on where you wish to put your money. Are you going to put something into Magic the Gathering where you know the product of the print to oblivion, it's not going to increase in value? Or are you going to open something such as Flesh and Blood for your entertainment, which will maintain its value? You as a consumer will get to choose. And those choices will dictate where you move your percentages. Right? And as that happens and people see that their Magic the Gathering cards aren't really holding their value, it will tend to reason that people will move away from it and move to something that actually can maintain its value and keep them entertained.
Yep. And so I think people are more willing to try out other games now than they've ever been in the past. And I think it wasn't so much that it was like these other games chance to win. It's more like it was Wizards' job to lose. Wizards had to kind of screw this stuff.
Wizards had the biggest hold of any other gaming company that you could possibly imagine, and they're throwing it in the garbage.
Yep.
That is my personal opinion. They have decided to destroy their own selves. Willingly.
You know what it reminds me of? You know, we were just actually talking to someone on the phone about this a little bit ago, but what we see now in Magic, that like every pack you open has like special chase cards. Every pack you open has like foils and crazy things that are like, you're supposed to flip it and be like, oh, look at this, and oh, look at this. But when every card in your pack is special, nothing's special.
Right.
It reminds me of the end of like the Fleer top baseball card era, when like it was all flashy, it was all blingy, total print to oblivion. And they weren't all worth junk. I mean, there was no value in it whatsoever. But you wouldn't know that looking at the newest cards. You'd be like, wow, this card looks amazing. But there's just no value there.
Right. So
that's what it feels like Wizards is right now.
Well,
Maybe that's
what
the
they're
exact
doing.
reason Channel Fireball is getting out of the singles market.
It could be. That could be the very reason. They can see where the money is not going to be in the future.
Yeah, maybe they're just being extremely smart.
Yep. But that doesn't mean Magic the Gathering is a bad card game. I'm not saying Magic the Gathering
card game is great.
Is bad. I'm saying that what they're doing is bad for business. Now, my prediction or thought is once they see that tank, once they see consumers moving away from it, and they're going to do an investigation. And when a company does an investigation, they're going to see why people are moving away.
That's such an interesting thing, though, because even if they investigate it, how many companies in the past have investigated their own failing model and decided to do nothing? Like, Blockbuster Video.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
They decided to do nothing.
Yeah.
And where are they now?
Yeah.
Well, there's one in Alaska.
Toys R Us, right?
Toys R Us, well, they tried. They actually tried to fight at the end. Unfortunately, they still had too many stores.
Yep. So, but that's kind of part of the point. Like, even if Wizards was to discover what their problem is, will people be willing for them to accept it and change it, fix it? I don't know. Will it matter? I mean, just say for a second one of these other games, whether it's going to be Flesh and Blood or one of these others, like it ends up being really good.
MetaZoo.
Sure, MetaZoo.
Because we still have to. I have to open that other starter, and then we need to play a game.
Okay.
All
So
right.
say one of these other games actually ends up being an amazing game. And maybe people switch over and it's like, if they like this other game, their cards are holding value, and their trust has been broken with Wizards. Maybe like Wizards does fix it, but at that point, people just don't care.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you what, though. I've got a lot of money invested in the old original Magic cards, and I feel totally safe with that money there.
That's going to remain. That's going to stay popular and everything else.
Yep.
Like I said, Magic the Gathering in itself is not a bad game.
Yep.
If it was a terrible game a long time ago, then I guess I didn't know.
Well, but not only not being a bad game, but like the investment-wise, like I don't really have a lot of confidence in anything new holding value. But I do for the old cards.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just my personal take.
Well, that's because they're just going to keep reprinting it. If it's
Yep.
good, they're going to print it again. So,
Yep.
So
I don't know, you guys. I want to hear what you guys think. Have you been hearing these rumors also? Do you think that a lot more of the big businesses are going to be getting out of the singles market? Maybe because there's just so many small people setting up their own kind of storefronts. I mean, is that the direction it's going? Is that just bringing so much supply and the profit margins are shrinking? And it's just, you just can't have a big business with singles anymore? Is this the direction of things going forward?
Are you buying signals now hoping for it to increase in value? Are you actually trying to do that with the newer stuff, the new sets?
Yeah.
I'm just curious about that as well.
So anyways, leave your comments below. Thanks a lot, you guys, for tuning into the video.
And do you want us to do box breaks on this channel where we sell slots like Channel Fireball? We can do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we kind of did that, but
that was
to some extent.
Yeah, to some extent. Well, that was just that was revised in the dark. I'm talking about the Strixhaven stuff and stuff.
Like newer sets.
Yeah, like Commander Legends. We can do maybe that or Time Spiral
So
Remastered.
quick teaser: we did actually do box breaks for revised and dark, but just to let people know,
we weren't supposed to open the packs. That was the difference.
Yeah. Some people asked us to, but just so you guys know, someday we may decide to do that again, and we actually have a lot of old boxes.
That's true.
A lot of old boxes. People have no idea.
That's true.
That we have sitting aside.
Well, it's not a lot. I mean, when you say a lot, they might think like we have more than like 100 and that kind of stuff.
No, not like more than 100.
No.
But it's more. It's more than 10, more than 20.
Well, no, I have 10. You don't have 20.
So yeah, there could be more box breaks going in the future, guys. But we're not making any promises.
No promises. No promises.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.